Today on the podcast, we are talking with Jake Labar from Sellcord, and he's going to be sharing some strategies for sellers who maybe applied to the Walmart Marketplace and got rejected. We'll also talk about comp errors, as well as what to do if you get suspended from the Walmart Marketplace.
How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. If you guys would like to network with other Walmart sellers, make sure to join our brand new Facebook group called Helium 10 Winning with Walmart. You can actually just search for that on Facebook, or you can actually go to h10.me/Walmart group, and you can go directly to that page. So make sure to join. You can tag me and Carrie with questions and ask questions of other Walmart sellers, or even share your own experiences in that Facebook group.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Serious Sellers podcast brought to you by Helium 10. My name is Carrie Miller, and I will be your host. And this is our Winning with Walmart Wednesday show, where we come live once a month and we answer all of your burning Walmart questions, and we give you lots of great new up-to-date information about Walmart. Thank you all so much for joining me again today. I'm really excited because we have a really special guest today from Sellcord. His name is Jake Labar, and he deals with a lot of the questions that I get often about, account suspensions, comp errors, how to get your account activated if you were rejected from Walmart. So we have a lot of really good information coming from Jake today. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on.
Hey guys, how are you, Carrie?
Good. How are you doing?
Thank God. Easy Wednesdays. This Walmart Wednesdays is perfect, you know?
Yeah. I'm really excited to have you on today, especially because I've had you help me with some comp errors and just some difficulties that I've had. And I've also kind of referred a lot of people to you to help, get everyone going. So I'm pretty excited to talk with you about these things today. To start off with, I'm going to start with some questions. Maybe Jake, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your whole kind of Walmart journey?
Yeah, I'm Jake from Sellcord. I'm one of the co-founders here. I work with David Milstein and Michael Labar, which, I'm sure the listeners, some of them, may have seen them. They have been on quite a few webinars and Freedom Ticket and whatnot. I started in the e-commerce space when I was 13 years old as a seller. Up until 2018, we were just selling on Amazon. We ran into issues with one of our accounts with an account suspension on Amazon, actually. And that part we weren't able to get solved. So we really moved to Walmart. At that time, we had one of the first few 3P accounts, in Walmart. So we just started spending all our time there. And there were very few sellers. So we were sharing our sales with 1P sellers. We were selling fitness products. COVID came along and then it flew off the shelf. Yeah. And ever since then, we basically, we started off managing a few, relationships that we had in the space. We managed their Walmart accounts. And in 2020, we just branched out, started Sellcord. And since then, it's been a crazy ride, basically launching and scaling brands on Walmart. Currently we're managing over 250 brands on Walmart. Some clients, are doing, just 10% of their Amazon sales, but then we have, for example, a brand that does $750K a day on Walmart, just to give you an idea in furniture. So
amazing.
Yeah, there is a lot of there is a lot of opportunity. There's especially a lot of opportunity for the 3P brands right now to come in and kind of take their share of revenue from all those 1P sellers that have been on Walmart for a while. And I think that's what people really need to understand, that, Walmart isn't exactly where Amazon is right now, but there's so many markets where you can just come in and take your fair share and also establish yourself as an early settler on Walmart. So I'm always really excited. And that's why I do a lot of sales every day and, telling people about the opportunity that there is on Walmart. I always wish I would have launched more products in Amazon in 2013. And that's kind of what I compare Walmart to right now. So that's a little background on me and what I spend my time with, everything for, my whole day spent on Walmart. And it's really exciting, how quickly they're growing.
Yeah. Did you say was it a 1P seller that's $750K a month?
No, this is Marketplace, actually. This is Marketplace.
Oh, Marketplace. So a third party, $750K a day, you said?
Yes. Yeah, just to give people the excitement and the idea that there are some categories like that, like furniture and stuff, which are massive in Walmart, and then there's also some categories which, yes, in the average, if someone would want me to give a number, it's usually about 10%. You'll hear around, it's usually about 10% of what you can make on Amazon, but that number is growing every month with how quickly Walmart's growing. So I can be sitting here next year and saying it's 30%, and I wouldn't be surprised literally if Walmart's growing, that quickly. So
that's amazing.
Definitely very optimistic about it.
Yeah, wow, that's very encouraging, because people are always asking me about how much there opportunity there is, and I guess it really depends on the effort you put in. I think that's really the bottom line is how much how much do you want to make on Walmart? That's where it is. So I guess that kind of leads me into another question: is do you think that everyone is a good fit for Walmart, and who do you think has the best chance at success for doing getting to the point where you're doing $750K a day? What do you think? What have you seen?
So there are more niche categories that aren't built out, in Walmart like they are in Amazon. I do think everybody is a fit, but some are more of a fit than others, meaning that if you have a more niche product, the search volume isn't, that high, or you see that the category is just not, it's not competitive. You just see a few sellers selling your product and then just random listings of other products not related. Yes, the category isn't that big in a Walmart for certain, the niche products, but it's definitely worth listing the product. And for most products, even the more niche products, you should be able to at least bring in a few hundred units in sales a month if you really launch it properly. And even if for the main keyword, you're not able to bring in a ton of sales, there's always other ways that you're able to bring in traffic through advertising. I think a lot of times people kind of limit the opportunity on Walmart by looking at just the search volume, by just the Walmart search volume, when really, and Carrie, I know you spoke about this before, there's a lot of searches that come from just Google, and most of the Walmart searches come from Google, come into Walmart that way. So there definitely is, opportunity for these niche products, even if it looks like, sometimes the market isn't that great. And yes, for the more niche products, sometimes it can only be about 5 to 7% of your, Amazon sales. Depending on, how good your Amazon store is, obviously. But on the most part, you always have a decent amount of potential to come in there with. And you never know which, niches pick up, really quickly. I've seen some niches, and I'm always auditing different, products and everything like that have just, grown because, shoppers are just starting to get used to shopping those products on Walmart. And, obviously Walmart started off by, their grocery, and that's what they're really known for. But once, customers and shoppers are starting, getting used to, hey, I can also find this and I can find this, and they're just seeing a lot more of a variety now, those niches are opening up. So you never know exactly when it's going to open up and when you can hit 10%. But if you could already hit 5-6% right now, or 5-7% right now, why not launch it and, get yourself to the top of the page? And it'll be a lot cheaper right now to get yourself to the top of the page, with your efforts and your advertising and everything like that. So, there are, there are more niche categories, but it's definitely worth for everybody to go, into the game.
Yeah, I agree with that. So what advice would you have? I know I get this question a lot, maybe in the last 2 or 3 years, somebody has applied to sell on Walmart, but they were rejected. What advice do you have for them? And is all hope lost, or what do you recommend for them?
So this is a subject that I'm very familiar with because I'm talking to a few sellers a day on this that, have been, rejected on Walmart, and we're probably getting 40 to 50 accounts at Cellcore accepted a month. So let me just explain a little more. Yeah, it's crazy. And I'll just explain a little more of the background of how the Walmart application process works and what's going on, in Walmart. So unlike Amazon, where you could just easily open an account, everyone knows with Walmart, there's a bunch of nightmare stories where people have tried opening accounts and then, for 3-4 years, they just haven't been able to get in contact. They've tried getting in contact and they can't. So I'll explain kind of what goes on, behind, the Walmart applications. So obviously Walmart's getting thousands of applications a day, from Amazon sellers, right? Just this past year, there's 40% more sellers on Walmart than there was last year, 40% more 3P sellers. So just to give you an idea of how many applications they're receiving. Now they're verifying every business, and there's a few things that they're looking into every business. But at the end of the day, any regular, Amazon, or not even Amazon, any regular, business that has a good, proper tax documents and, that everything matches, their address matches and everything like that, they're able to get an account at Walmart. It's not like Walmart was a few years ago where they were looking really into the SKU count, the amount of revenue. They're really not that picky anymore. They're just taking on a bunch of sellers right now. They just want to make sure that, verified seller. Now, there are different reasons, and I'm not going to sit here saying I know all of them, because at the end of the day, that is the trust and safety department. And there are, different reasons why they will reject, an account. Sometimes the information doesn't add up. up, there's one thing that they saw that looks a little off, and a lot of times they'll just end up just looking at the application, not approving it right away. So they'll put it in the archives, and then, that's it. Once it's in there, there's no way to contact Walmart. There's no way to get any information in it, and you're kind of just like left in the dark because they put your application in archive. I've seen sellers that make $30-40 million a year, and their application is in archive. And it's not like, Walmart's a corporate company. There's a lot of people working there. It's not just like, they're, you can just reach out to somebody like, oh, you're a massive brand, we'll take you in. You have to, once the applications are in the archive, it's kind of impossible to reach them. So you really have to work with one of the Walmart partners, whether it's myself or, there are a few other partners that definitely, have contacts with Walmart or Walmart directly. Honestly, if you meet Walmart or show Walmart directly, you can also, speak to them. But with working with a Walmart partner like us, we usually, have the contacts, in Walmart that are able to, take the application out of archive and basically show the trust safety team, oh, here's the documents, and they basically find the issue that was in the, in the application. So, maybe this one was the address didn't match the document they provided, or there was this, they wanted to confirm that the business is actually operating out of this state, or one or two, small things they need to confirm, and then, they'll just approve it. And, our applications, when I get, people coming to me with applications, we usually get them within that week, just, approved. It's just some back and forth information with Walmart, and that's it. But that's just how the Walmart game works right now. It's kind of like having, somebody on the inside, just basically taking the application out of archive and making you live on Walmart. So yeah, it's definitely different than the Amazon process.
Yeah, and I have sent some people over to you who were rejected and they were able to get on. So that's true. You have to have somebody who has the access to Walmart to be able to get you back and reinstated or have your application reviewed again. So that's really good information. And I know I've also sent some international sellers your way. So what advice do you have for international sellers who want to sell on Walmart? Any kinds of tips or inside information about international?
So international, I know there's and I have quite a few people in my inbox that keep asking me when their countries are going to be added, because, right now it's just UK, China, India, Japan, Canada, and then the other ones, there's one or two, I'm leaving out in Mexico. And then they are adding all the other countries, and hopefully, within the next 6 months to a year, you're going to see a lot more added on. Right now, they just, started with the main ones. So, for those countries that you have, obviously, sign up. Why not, already, get moving with it. If we're talking about, is the question also what sales are, like Walmart Canada sales or Walmart Mexico, or are you just saying for those international sellers on Walmart?
The international sellers on Walmart? I know you guys have helped somebody, I think from Israel, who was he was selling millions on Amazon, but he couldn't get, his products were already on Walmart by other drop shippers, but he couldn't get on, and you guys helped him. So
yeah, because a lot of times the international sellers and those accounts, they'll get flagged because their IPs and everything like that, especially Israel being one of them. Walmart's seen a lot of, and that's my hometown, Walmart's just seen a lot of just activity that they don't like from Israel, or just a lot of applications being submitted. So certain countries, sometimes they just, they have a harder time, accepting applications from those. So definitely, that's where you have to, basically go through the back door, and, we have to go in there for you saying, hey, this is a good brand. We go to Walmart saying, this is a good brand. They're serious about scaling. This is the brand. No questions about it. Let's get them going.
Okay, very good. And I think this question kind of goes along with it. What do you suggest for sellers looking to launch a product on Walmart? Is the keyword research tool with Helium 10 a good start? Or what do you recommend? I know you guys have launched some new products just for Walmart. So what advice do you have?
So I do plenty of audits, for new brands coming in, and I'm always using the Helium 10 tool. There's no question about it. Obviously there's that outside traffic, which is, hard to always, to estimate, but I found Helium 10 very accurate. I've cross-checked it on multiple, accounts that we manage, and the X-ray tool is working well as well. So I can definitely speak for that, and I wouldn't if I would have, if the sales were off. But I definitely cross-checked it across many of our accounts, and it's pretty much accurate. So you use the X-ray tool as well as the search volume tool. If you kind of spend some time on both of those tools, you'll be able to get a good idea of what your category really is like. And then, part of it is obviously logic and, common sense, like the larger products right now, the more general products, are going to have a higher search volume, and that's what you'll find. So being that I've done like so many audits by now, I can kind of, you throw out a product to me, I can kind of tell you, with just guessing around how much the search volume is and, how many of the product, you can sell on Walmart. So once you start really just spending a few hours in Walmart and, using the, Helium 10 tools, you kind of get a good feel of what categories are like, what the search volume is like, what the sales are like in comparison to Amazon. All the tools are really there for you. So use the tools and you'll have an easy time figuring out, what potential you have.
All right. And the next question I have for you is about comp errors. So what happens if you get a comp error? What is it? What does that mean?
Yeah, so Walmart's still trying to figure out their comp error, process, and it's definitely not as quick as Amazon, where they have internal SOPs of every single thing that's should be prohibited, and that's not. Like on Amazon, I'm sure if you list many products, right away, if you have the wrong keyword or whatnot, they'll flag you in a second. On Walmart, many times you can have your product listed for a few months, and then out of the blue, they'll give you a comp error just because the system found something all of a sudden. So because they're still building out their processes, this is just one of the annoying processes that affects accounts where they'll add in a few new keywords maybe into their comp errors system, whatever it is, that'll say, okay, whoever has these keywords in their title, in their anywhere in their copy, will get flagged, and then all of a sudden a whole bunch of listings throughout Walmart will get flagged for those products, and then you have to take out some keywords sometimes. So there's no exact guide on which on what to remove or which keywords are flagged. Like internally at Cellcore, we always keep a document of like which keywords and everything like that can be flagged, and which products usually are the most common and everything like that. I think it's pretty much, I haven't checked Amazon's like comp process or prohibited products and everything like that, but I'm assuming it's pretty much similar to Amazon's. But yeah, what I do know is you just have to go back and forth with them, and it does take time to get a response from them. Sometimes to respond in a week or two, it's not going to help bumping up the case 50 times. Because that's just Walmart support right now. That team is growing and they're figuring it out. They work hard at Walmart. It's just that they're growing at a rapid rate right now. So it's just, certain processes, no matter how much money you have as a company, take time to build out, right? So, randomly you'll have listings that'll get flagged for compliance, and you just have to play around and also, once again, use common sense and try to figure out which keywords, would be maybe the ones causing the issues, and then re-upload the listing. Or a lot of times it even works, if you're able to use another UPC for the listing, just re-uploading under another UPC, and a lot of times you won't get the error on that next listing. So first, try taking out like some keywords that you think may be problematic. After that, if that doesn't work, maybe even try listing the product again under a new UPC.
Yeah, I know with mine, it was a keyword that was forbidden. And it's pretty much, what I think you should do is, if you take Amazon, there are some forums that have people already have kind of discovered a lot of the forbidden keywords on Amazon. They're pretty much the same on Walmart, things like antibacterial, antimicrobial, all those kinds of things. Like they're called like basically pesticides on Amazon. So what I remember what we did is we just deleted some of these forbidden keywords out of my listing, and it just went live again within 15 minutes. So that is, something that they don't even tell you. So I was trying to open a case, and I don't know what a comp error is. But and then when I reached out to you and you were like, oh, just, take out those words, it went live immediately. And I just closed the case. So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I remember searching up the Amazon, the Amazon like keywords and being like, okay, it makes sense. If we have one of these, it makes sense. Walmart's going to, shut it down as well.
So here's another question: what happens if your account gets suspended? And are some account suspensions, permanent? Like what advice do you have for account suspensions?
Okay, so Walmart will I don't know what it is about Sundays or something like that. Like in the beginning of the week, a lot of accounts will get suspended before Monday. I don't know if Amazon works that way as well. They have because they keep changing around their metrics and really putting their foot down on different metrics. Obviously the most common ones are just being on top of your shipments, late shipments, invalid tracking rate, and then too many cancellations. Those are the most common ones, and then here and there you'll find like for like other reasons, but those are the most common ones. Walmart's a lot easier about their about their standards, their seller performance standards. It's not like Amazon where you have to freak out if you miss a message within 24 hours. And Walmart just started putting those metrics into place, but like I haven't seen an account suspended because the response times and everything yet. So most accounts will get suspended just because they either have some API that's just shooting in a bunch of inventory that they don't have, and they'll have a ton of canceled orders, or their shipping templates aren't set up correctly, and they're not shipping orders in time, or just invalid tracking. A lot of times they're not uploading tracking if they don't have the right tool connected. So those are just the most common reasons, and Walmart would suspend accounts for those. So what to do when you have an account suspension? You put an appeal together just like you would on Amazon. And a lot of times they ask for the invoice of the goods, just the invoices for the products, let's say, that were canceled, to make sure that you guys that you have them in stock. Make sure to always provide that on the first appeal. I was actually just on a call right before this webinar with a suspended account, and in their first appeal, they didn't include all the invoices, and now their second appeal is taking a lot longer for Walmart to look at. They will always look at your first appeal really quickly, and these days, in most scenarios, they will respond literally the next morning. So you want to give them all that good information in the first appeal. If you don't give them all the information they need in the first appeal, it could take a lot longer to hear back the second time around. Once it gets to like the third appeal, meaning you're submitting something for the third time and they denied the past two, it just lengthens out the process, and could take a while before you get your account back. You can always get a suspended account back. It's impossible to get a terminated account back. Terminations usually happen after like an account is suspended for like 4 times, like 4 suspensions or something like that. I haven't seen that many terminations because it's very uncommon, but it does happen here and there. Or they've terminated a few accounts for like shipping products via Amazon fulfillment service and this and that. So I always warn people about that. Like, people are still trying that funny business. It's like, yeah, I can do Amazon. It's like, no. You'll save a lot more money by just returning the goods from Amazon, paying Amazon 35 cents or 50 cents, whatever return fee, and then shipping it into Walmart. Like, don't try that. So yeah, definitely they're very quick on their suspensions recently. It's like, it used to take weeks to hear back from Walmart. These days it's like, seen many accounts suspended, and we have an account reinstatement service. So we've gotten many accounts, like by the next morning, they'll get that, they'll get back and live on Walmart. So very important. You're just very careful about the first appeal, basically.
Yeah. So if you need help with that, you can reach out to Cellcord, and they can take care of that. I do know you've gotten some people up that I've sent your way. So that's very helpful. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into some of these questions here. I think I'll go with this one first and I have a little bit of an explanation for this. Carrie is having a hard time getting a hemp cream of mine on Walmart, even Walmart giving her the runaround. If you can help her get it on, I'll treat each and every. I actually have made some progress in this. The hemp thing, once I put it on, I got a comp error for the hemp listing. And then I was able to get past it, and it was reinstated because I was able to prove, there's other products just like this that are selling on Walmart. And then I tried to get it into WFS, and it was kind of taken down again. And they were like, no, you can't sell this product. You can't do anything. But I was recently able to get it so that I can sell it. And so we can ship the product. So basically fulfilled by merchant kind of shipping. We just can't fulfill it through WFS. Have you seen this kind of thing before?
So you actually have more of an update than me on that.
Yeah.
Hemp, I've seen so many issues with hemp. Right off the bat, I was going to say, really hard to get a hemp product through. Yeah. I know that there are ones live, and people always come back to me with that. And I'm like, hey, listen, they may have listed on Walmart a little before and gotten it through. I think I even saw it in their guide specifically. It's like no hemp products. But like you're saying, there you go. That's a great workaround that, like, try listing it. You're probably not going to be able to send it to WFS. But like, the fact that you gave them that was like good enough to push your listing through. And I'm not saying that'll even like work for everybody. But I know they're very strict on hemp, Walmart.
Yeah, I was actually told by support to stop contacting them. They told me to stop contacting them, that was the final answer. So then I went directly to Walmart, and they were able to give me the go-ahead to sell it, fulfilled by merchant. There are same products that are being sold on Walmart. So they're 1P, I think mostly. That's why they're shipped by Walmart. Yeah, so exactly. Kind of a rough one. Okay, so another one. This is from Bradley too. Is it too late to sign up for Walmart Open Call?
Yeah, it just ended like I think it was Sunday last week.
Are you guys going to open call again this year?
Yeah, we're going to be at Open Call, and more importantly, next year we're going to be next week. Sorry, we're going to be right next to you guys by Let's Grow Walmart Seller Summit.
Yeah,
that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, very, very cool.
That's going to be really exciting.
Can you share what products you're going to Open Call for, or is it secret?
Oh, no, not at all. We have like fitness products and everything. That's how we got them, originally. Michael, my brother, has a nutrition 2x4 nutrition brand that they got into Walmart stores nationwide, after they launched in Marketplace. So it's pretty cool. We've gotten a lot of brands recently, and it is why brands will come to us sometimes. They don't even care about Marketplace sales. They just want to get into Walmart stores. So it's a whole nother side of Walmart. If you want to get into Walmart stores right now, you have to launch a Marketplace, and the buyer has to see that you're basically getting your products, to the top of the page, you're optimized properly, and they'll notice your products. Like if you ask a buyer in the Walmart category, like, if you tell them about your product and they've seen your brand a lot, they've seen you sponsor a lot, they'll be like, oh yeah, I know you guys. And that's a great way to get into Walmart stores. And we have gotten many brands in this past year into Walmart stores, brands that are just mom and pop, Amazon shops, and they've gone into Walmart stores, which is huge, right? Cool. Yeah. So it's a really cool part of Walmart that, Amazon doesn't really have, where, you're not looking to get, there's no Amazon stores you're looking to get into, but Walmart retail is huge. And because of their emphasis that they're putting on Marketplace, they're putting a lot on the line for that. So they're saying, hey, any new brands you want to come into our stores, launch a Marketplace first. So that's a really cool side of things.
Yeah. Are you guys going in for the latest 4x4 product, or would that automatically get invited to the Walmart stores? Because I know that you guys just launched another 4x4 product.
2x4 product. So
sorry, 2x4.
I mean, that's Michael's brand. So I don't know exactly as much where they're holding on the launch. I don't know if every SKU's in or whatnot. I have to check with him on that. But I know we're always like, some of our clients are going down with their products, that they've launched a Marketplace, let's say for the past year or two, and they're going down with the products and presenting them as well.
All right, let's see. Let's go down here. So we've got Jake. Are we saying SEO needs to be more optimized in a way to pull the right SKUs and volume to show it during a search so that a shopper lands on the? I don't know exactly. Do you know what he's saying?
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think he's just saying that you need to optimize a Walmart listing for its basically, even for some main keywords that you can find in the space, even if it's not directly like related to the product. So sometimes we'll do that where we'll give up a little on like, exactly what we want to say the product is in order to get it in a larger space. So, let's say a bamboo cutting board, you want to put in the regular cutting board space. Well, you're technically going to have the cutting board keyword, but I can't think of an example off the top of my head. But yeah, sometimes, and I think this is his question, but you want to find whatever keywords, are somewhat relevant to the product to, get in that space, because it is, easy right now. It's relatively easy to launch in some spaces in Walmart where even if, your product isn't exactly related to the main keyword, you can still make a lot of sales off that. So it's really case by case. You have to know, I guess, which product. It can't be like too irrelevant, or else, you're going to have a low conversion rate. But here and there, yes, we will like use a larger keyword that's maybe not exactly like the product, but, maybe bring in some extra sales.
Somebody else said, is there a way to get the X-ray tool for Walmart working to the Platinum plan? We do, I think, have some uses for the Platinum plan, but mostly Diamond is where you're going to get full access to, unlimited access to the Walmart tools. So if you do want to sell on Walmart, I would recommend going to the Diamond plan. David asks, any tips for launching a nutrition brand on Walmart?
Yeah, launch sooner than later. That's really, I mean, we could talk from today to tomorrow about all the Walmart tips and everything like that. But there's just, like I said, there's 40% more sales on Walmart this year, and there's thousands of sellers coming in every day, literally into Walmart right now. So we know how competitive this space is in Amazon. And right now Walmart is, not even a quarter of that. So you want to get in for nutrition specifically, because, we've seen how quickly the nutrition game came up with Amazon, where, in the 2014, 2015, you had like, very few nutrition brands, and now every day there's a new one coming out. So get a head start basically. If you want to go more into details, it's just more, it starts with the listing optimization, advertising. Everything has to be strategic, because there are a decent amount of sellers in the nutrition space already that are, putting in the proper work. So, you want to basically get ahead of the game right now. And there's new advertising, tools that are, coming out constantly, like, sorry, not tools, but just like Walmart's offering, like video ads, it's coming out, and there's a few more ways, especially nutrition brands can use to advertise on Walmart. So launch now, basically.
Yeah. Do you know when the video ads will be available to everyone?
They say by the end of this year. So anytime within the next few months, hopefully. Yeah.
I saw that there's also brand stores as well in beta.
Yeah, brand. Yeah, that's the most exciting one. There's also search brand ads, right? SBA search brand ads. That's also. But yeah, nutrition, you got to launch ASAP because it's just getting more competitive. Yeah, it's a competitive space.
All right, last question here. How can I deal with compliance issues causing my listing to get unpublished?
Oh, that's David over here. Look at that. How can I deal with compliance issues causing? Okay, so this, David, you should have been there at the beginning of this. If they're getting unpublished, once again, just like the compliance issues that we were, talking about before, you have to, number one, try to find the keywords that are wrong. Just to recap, you're trying to find the keywords that, may be causing it, to get unpublished. And then, if after that, and if you're trying for a good, I would say 2 months, cap it at about like 2 months of going back and forth with Walmart and not finding out which keyword it is, then try a new listing for now.
All right. I think we're about done for this episode, but I was wondering if you had any last tips or anything that you wanted to say to the people who are listening. We have about quite a few people listening right now. So any tips or anything that you didn't get to say that you want to tell people?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's talk about Walmart in general. We see the traffic that's coming into Walmart right now. I'm going to be meeting Carrie by the show next week where Walmart is coming down with their whole executive team. I mean, the CEO of Walmart US, head of e-commerce in Walmart Marketplace, just to show, and they're all coming down for this show. It's called Let's Grow, just to show you how much they're putting in behind their marketplace. So when a company that big like Walmart shows you, that they're putting that much behind their marketplace, that they're spending whatever ad dollars to get more shoppers on the marketplace. That they're fixing up their platform in whatever ways to get more shoppers. So they grew 28% in overall sales this past year, which is a nice number. They're the fastest growing marketplace. And by next year, they're definitely going to even beat that number. So we're looking at the next few years of tremendous growth from Walmart. I know Walmart has been around technically as a 3P marketplace since 2018. And here and there, I'll get a settle. I'll be like, yeah, Walmart tried, it didn't work. It's very simple. This is the first time to actually put in proper effort into it. Before they were trying to they started off maybe using Jet and Shopify. They realized none of that will work. And they're just taking their own approach and they're handling everything themselves. And that's why it's been working right now. And this past year, it's seen tremendous growth and it's just going to be crazier from here. So I remember, like I said, back in 2013, I was watching the first YouTubers putting out their Amazon content. So this is it right over here. This is the first Walmart content. And I know there's a reason Helium 10 is investing a lot in it, because the earlier you get in, the more opportunity there is. And it doesn't cost a lot to launch on Walmart right now. Take a bit of that Amazon profit that you're making and launch it into Walmart, and you're setting yourself up to be one of the top sellers in whatever category you are, whether it's niche, more, really competitive category. If you're just detailed and on your game and optimizing listings, optimizing your ads, figuring out the new Walmart ways, the new Walmart promotions that may be eligible for you, and, just doing all the nitty gritty stuff, that's how you're going to get to the top of the page in Walmart, be one of the top sellers. If you're like the other 90% of sellers in Walmart, they just list their products and wait for it to sell and don't put any work behind it, nothing's going to come of it. And then you're just going to have that same outlook on Walmart. Oh yeah, I make, 2% of my Amazon sales. There's no point to spending any time in it. Just like Amazon took time to build up, Walmart's going to take time to build up. So final tip, put in the work. Now is the time. All opportunities are in the timing right now. So now's the time, and, start, get down and dirty, with the Walmart stuff, which aren't that easy. We know how much errors and issues could come up. So, if you're one of the few sellers that fights through that, then you're going to win, right? If it was easy, everybody could do it. So, spend the time and now, put in the effort now, and I guarantee you'll see results. And especially over the next few years as Walmart grows, the numbers will just keep scaling.
That's really good advice. Yeah, I definitely agree. Put the effort in now and start now. So, well, thank you so much for joining us. I think you gave a lot of really good insights for questions I get all the time. So I'm really glad we were able to do this episode and talk to you, since you're an expert in these areas. So thanks again for joining us, and I'll see you next week at the Walmart conference.